Welcome everyone. Good evening.
Yeah,
Good evening. Perfect. Okay. All right. So welcome everyone to our very first Spill the Beans event. So I'd first like to warmly welcome to the hot seat Kamal. So the captain of Advantis Engineering. Kamal, how do you feel? Nervous? Confident?
Not nervous,
Okay.
feel excited.
Okay, good to hear, good to hear. So the entire purpose of this was, Kamal, we thought of gathering the most prominent people, not only limited to Advantis Engineering, but we also wanted to, move out of engineering and then gather all these prominent people and to kind of show everyone their journey. So I'll be asking you a couple of questions, quite a lot. So we'll be covering all the bases. The welfare team, every one of us, we sat through I think for another 3-hour session and we brainstorm a lot of questions for you. So everyone gathered here, we'll be learning a lot from Kamal today. So I encourage you all to ask questions, make this interactive as much as possible. So alright, starting from you Kamal, we'll start from the very basics to step your toe into the pool. First, give me your full name. The date of birth and where you're from.
Well, I hope everyone know my name.
Yes.
So I'm Kamal Wimalaratne. That's my full name. And date of birth is 1st of October 1982.
Alright.
Then my origins from Kurunagala. I is originally from Kurunagala.
Okay, perfect. Your astrology sign, Kamal? That's something you don't know.
To be honest, I also don't know that.
So starting from your family, Kamal. So can you tell us a bit about your family, basically?
Basically, my own family.
Yes.
Yeah. So that also I think everybody knows. I have my wife and 2 kids is my family. So wife is a teacher, and I have 2 kids. The elder one is now turning to 13 this year, and younger one turning to 7.
Mm-hmm.
So these are my family, younger, Andrew and Matthew. So both are my kids.
Yes, perfect. And how did you meet your wife, Kamal? Yeah, getting into the serious questions now, little by little.
You told that there are a lot to learn from this discussion. Is this?
I
recommend these things not to learn, but I'll share, right? Because I'm not encouraging these youngsters, because those days the different and now the technology is there. You all can find a better ways. So I met my wife at a tuition class.
All right. Okay. And then going back to your very own family, Kamal. So do you have any siblings currently? Yes.
Yeah. So my own family is my father and mother and my brother, my elder brother, who is 2 years elder to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's Amal and I'm Kamal.
Oh.
So I have one brother only.
So after school, Kamal, even during school, so what was your dream job? Did you have something like that? And did it change afterwards?
Hard question.
Yes.
I was thinking to become an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love to do mathematics. So that was, and I want to do automobile also. So kind of a mechanical stuff.
So then, Kamal, about role models, did you have a role model back in the day? Maybe we'll start from when you were at university. Was there anyone special?
Of course, from Morato University, I don't recommend to get a role model.
Why not? Sajit is laughing.
So
I can see.
Right. So university is not a place to get a role model. I think for a role model, you should start that in your school days if you want to get it. Right. And maybe after you start working also, maybe you can look for a role model, but that is different. Like then you look at the corporate aspects and your career development. In school days, not in school days, to the date, my role model is my father, because he did a lot of commitments to brought me to this level. So other than that, I don't think I have.
You have anyone? Yes. So how about now, Kamal? Is it still your father, or do you have any additions to the list?
It's like this.
Yeah.
Yes, the role model played by father, I think nobody
Yes.
can
Irreplaceable, I think. Yes.
irreplaceable, because that's a different role model.
Mhm.
That this commitment, I still, why I'm here is because of my father.
Mhm.
And but in career also, you in different stages you can learn from different characters.
Mhm.
So there are people like when we start those days, Captain Lasita and Christopheris, and Janitha. There are people that we learn,
Mhm.
right? So you can build on them also as a role models, but I think you have to go beyond that. So you should not limit to become like these fellows when you find it on your career, right? But what important is your life qualities. To build your life qualities, there's no harm of having a role model or someone, but other than that, I think you should keep on developing. I told that my role model is my father, but it's not that my role model is not my mother, right? So why my father is, if you know about my history, when I was in grade 10, my mother had passed away. So when she got a cancer and she passed away when I was in grade 10. So yeah, 10.
Mhm.
So from that day until I become a person who can stood up,
Yeah.
who can be an independent person, my backing was my father.
Yeah.
But before that, I think my most loved person, my most favorite person is my mother. So even I don't like my father than that, and when mother was there, when she was ill also,
Yeah.
so I loved very much. And her dream was to build me up, and she was very confident that I'll success in my life.
Mhm.
So what I want those days is, now when my mother died, what I want was to fulfill her
Dreams,
expectations, her dreams. So when she actually died on September, then the next term I became class first.
Mhm.
So what I thought of, yes, of course she died, but I have to build on her dream.
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
So that was my inspiration of building my career.
Yeah.
And then after that, as a single parent, how my father took me to this level,
Yeah.
I still remember. Early morning he got up and he cooked, and he didn't allow us to do things.
Mm.
He did everything for us, for me and my brother. So that's why I respect to my father a lot.
A lot. Yes, and I'm sure for everyone, turning something such a challenging thing into such a positive thing is also very motivating, Kamal, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. So you have two options in life.
Yeah.
Right? If there are problems, comes and go.
Yeah.
Right? So either you have to take it and start your journey, or you take it as a burden and you ruin your life. So that's a two way of the blade. So it's very important you select the wise decisions and get the correct challenge. So you can think like, oh, my mother has passed away and now it's my life is end, and crying and this thing.
Yeah.
But it will not create something for you.
Yes.
And I think it's ruin her dreams also. So what you should do also, so every matter you have two sides. So you have to take the positive side and build on that.
Yes, very food for thought, Kamal. Thank you. Yes. So to move on to a bit of a relaxed topic, maybe. So we'll ask about your favorites, Kamal. So I'm going to read out, and it's quick fire, Kamal. You can't think a lot.
Okay.
Very quickly you have to answer. Yes. Okay. Favorite color?
Green.
Green. Favorite food?
Rice.
Rice? You can have
Yes.
anything else and you said rice?
Why? What's wrong with
Sir,
rice?
it's a very common thing, no?
No, I have two. I have two favorite things:
Okay.
rice and kiribat.
Okay.
Uh,
Still rice, Kamal,
so
I
it's
think.
also rice.
So you've been at Advantis, Kamal, for 15 years now. You celebrated 15 years very recently. So how do you feel about being a CEO, Kamal? How challenging is it? Tough question.
Well, so being a CEO is really challenging because so if you ask me that what is the most like feel free and comfortable period in my 15 years, I would say first 1 year. Because when you climb the ladder, you take more responsibilities and it build up more pressure. So now the entire company, as I said, it's now I'm entrepreneur. So I have to make this company profits, and everyone is on my hands. So I have that responsibility. So I can't sleep very well sometimes, especially these days.
Okay.
But you have to learn how to enjoy it also.
Okay.
So it's a challenge, and from the day one I like challenges. So it's a challenge, and I am not worried about that because I'm on the other hand I'm very comfortable of being a CEO because I know A and Z of this organization, and I know my team. So that's the very important factor why I'm comfortable, because as individual can't run a business, or a CEO doesn't do business or run the success of a business. So it's the team behind him. I always believe this. So it's the team behind the person who run the show. So leader can't do any miracles or anything, right? I'm not a god, right? So it's the team who behind, that's all of you, and who are connecting on sites and other places also. So that teams drive the organization. So you all are doing a good job. So then I am more comfortable. So it's a responsibility, yes, but on the other hand, I am more comfortable because I have a good team. So that is the plus point.
Okay, so in your opinion, Kamal, who do you think is, let's say, one of the most prominent, or maybe let's say your favorite corporate personality? Do you have anyone like that? Anyone who inspires you, maybe?
I don't have favorite corporates because from everyone there's things to learn. Okay. But I don't want to be like them, or I don't want to follow them. I want to be myself.
Yeah.
But I want, if anything I can learn, I will learn from. So from everyone there's a things to learn. So that you have to learn, I believe. It's not from a chairman, it's not from this thing, starting from chairman, even from a worker, there are things to learn. So you have to learn from that, and that you can use to mold yourself.
Yes. And about when it comes to Advantis Engineering, Kamal, how do you think we change, or how do you think we differ from other companies in the industry, or even out of the industry even?
I think I'm not the person to answer that. You all are should answer that. You all are the people who knows that. Because I can keep on telling this is the best place, and this is, the young people and all this stuff. But you know how we differ. But because as I said earlier, this is not a company managed by me. Right? This is a company managed by people, or managed by staff, right? So I'm just a part of that only, right? So that's where I think maybe one point, if I explain how we differ from other companies. So maybe other construction companies, some are mostly owned by single owners, or some are corporates, but they are governing. They are having a like a governing process. But here it's the team that who sits here and who are outside. The team governs that. Set of young people like this, right, including me,
Yes.
right? Set of young people who are challenging to big construction companies and even big senior owners of the construction companies, winning projects, challenging to container projects, competing with each other. That is not my achievement. It's a team achievement. I think that is the success and difference between other companies and everyone. Because here I'm always telling to my team also, right, this is our company, right? So we all are entrepreneurs and we all are owners, right? So only different is, as I said, I'm sorry, the profit is not come to you directly, right? But I believe is we are not working for that. So we are working for our own achievement, our own satisfaction. This is our own setup, right? So everyone here is part and parcel of the company. So everyone here is act as owners, right? So they do their little part, I do my little part. That when you put together everything, that's the big achievement, and that's make the difference between Advantis Engineering and other companies. Of course, we have the hierarchy, we have the setup, we have the CEO to managers to workers, we have the, but that is for just to put the direction. But when it comes to execution, it's equal. So I execute my role, you execute your role, everyone else execute their role wholeheartedly. So then it makes success. People make mistakes, right? Even starting from your studies, if you think that you want to do mathematics, not bioscience, so you should do mathematics, not commerce. So don't think that those are mistakes, right? From that age, right? People make mistakes, but the point here is how do you take that as a challenge and develop yourself. That's where I think you want to focus. Otherwise, I am not regretting about if you are a god and give me a chance that I can rectify what mistake I did. I'm not worrying about that, because my personal feeling, I might be wrong, but making mistakes is it's life, right? People make mistakes, but you should not like sit on that, right? You should come out of that and do something and develop yourself, focus on the future. How do you correct that, or how do you learn something from that and come?
And what do you think makes a good leader, Kamal?
Good leader.
Any characteristic that comes to mind, or is there like a special way that they should think?
No, that's what I it depends on the people, because now everyone can't be a leader also, what I believe, right? Some are good, some are bad. That's we have this management definitions of characteristics of leader, but I don't think that. So what I am telling, if you want to be a good leader, you have to be yourself, right? You can't adapt a leadership to you, so it will not happen. Right? You can adapt a manager but not a leader. So leader is something
you
inside,
have it
right?
already.
So it's maybe from your character from school days or something it built up. Right? So but you don't need to try to be a leader also. Try to be yourself. So it will create automatically the leadership, I believe.
So then Kamal, so you spent 15 years at Advantis. What is their plan for you in the next 15 years? Where do you see yourself in 15 years?
Their plan or my plan?
Your plan.
At Advantis.
Let's cover all bases, Kamal. Maybe at Advantis, then at family level.
Do you know my age?
I'm trying to think.
So
Yes.
No, I told my
Yeah, you did.
birthday,
Okay.
right?
87 then.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, Kamal.
Yeah.
Was it 39? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 15 years, I don't know whether they keep me here or not with the Kavin colors, but
Colors.
but I think if I stay in a Advantis, right, so why I'm telling that if I'm staying, I'm not trying to go for some better place, because again the better place is your own definition, right? If your definition is for money, you can go. If your definition is something else, it's different. But I think in my life, any stage, I feel that what I achieved is I'm happy. Right? So like when I interviewed, I also used to ask where you want to see yourself in 5 years or something. But what I feel is now today I am a CEO, but if you get 6 months or 1 year back, I was a GM. So I was happy when I was a GM also. But I was happy when I was a manager also. And every time for everything there's a time also. There should be a correct time. Now if somebody come here and ask, are you you are doing very good and can you take the MD position of Advantis? I will say no, because what I believe is for everything there's a time, there's a maturity comes, right? So there's an element of maturity and time. So what you want to see is if you're happy in your current achievement, I think that's the great. And but always I'm telling for my team, but don't limit yourself here. Always dream for a big. Right? So if I'm telling my direct report is, don't try to be myself, or don't try to be a CEO. Try to be a MD. Right? Always dream big. Right? So if somebody asks me, I don't want to be Ruan, so I want to be a chairman. So if you dream big, only you can go there, right? So start in dream big, but then your maturity, your work, your actions will bring you there. Right? I think even as at today, I think from Advantis, I think I'm the youngest director, I believe,
Yes,
at Advantis. So if you dream big, the things will eventually come to you. But if you think that by 15 years I want to be at that point, I think not a good way to look at things.
So you have to go with the flow, but also challenge yourself in terms of your
go with the flow, but it's you are the one who adjusts the timing. Right. So you can be a director in age 50 also. Right? You can be a director in age 30 also. Right? You can be a manager at age 30 or age 20 also. Right? So not go with the flow. You have to create the flow also. Right? You have to do it. So it's your achievement and your want, and make sure that if any place you are here, that you are happy. Right? So that only make you to do better in your current position. If you are not doing better in your current position, you will not go up. Right?
Okay. Coming into the corporate world, what do you think is one of the the main differences when, for example, when you were a fresher and when in 2021 when a fresher is coming into the corporate world? What are the different challenges that you think they would face?
I think for a fresher the challenges are the same, but managers have tougher time now.
Oh, okay.
So the challenge is not for the fresher, for the managers, the superiors or supervisors.
Okay.
Because when we were joining, it's like a same kind of a pace. So even managers and us as juniors, it was the same system we learn, same culture, but now there's a gap, right? And that gap changing very fast, right? So even the mobile technology change every 3 years. So likewise, this change also happening quite fast. So understanding fresher and developing a fresher is a challenge. So it's all the time challenge, but the challenge and the responsibility is more on the superior side. But for a fresher, it's the same thing. But only thing, the fresher should come on a correct attitude, because if I am a fresher, what I want is to learn, right? So without learning, you can't develop yourself. Without developing, you can't be a leader. So it's very important for a fresher. So I think which age, so if you are a fresher, you should have the correct attitude to learn and to develop yourself. Focus on only that. Then I think it's the same.
Right. So like how Kamal did, literally get your hands dirty and get people.
Not really. It's only my way.
Okay.
Actually, if that fellow, the Mr. Suren, Abhigun Sekar, didn't do that, I will not do that for anything, right?
Yes.
So that's my experience, right? But you should not do that thing.
Yeah.
But I am always telling, try to learn as much as possible, and try to learn basics, right? Not to manage it. Now I'm just giving examples, like now the latest trend in the freshers is when you complete your first degree, you are trying to start in your MBA, right? So learning is good. I'm telling, learning is good. Don't ever stop learning. Still, I'm also trying to learn. I'm also learning. I'm also talking with Yunika to start studies again. But you need to have fundamentals. You need to have basics with you. So without having basics hands-on, right, it will not create a proper mold person. So learn your basics and get it on hands-on. It should be with your fingertips. So that is, whatever field you do, you have to have it. Otherwise, whatever you do a doctorate continuously, but I don't think it will make a successful person.
So on a final note, Kamal, how do you think that the youngsters in our generation, especially when it comes to Advantis Engineering, how do you think that they should take the challenge of working here at Advantis, and what are the corrective actions that they can take to better themselves and progress in the career?
I'm thinking the challenge is not for the youngsters, the second tier.
Yeah.
Because I always demand very high targets from my tier, my reportees. So the challenge is for them to get it from the next level, right? So they are the who are like pressed from the both ends.
Yes.
But when it comes to a youngster who start at Advantis Engineering, what I say is this is a golden opportunity place if you want to learn. If you want to develop your basics, if you want to learn anything, this is a best place. Why I am telling this is, we have a good culture, we call it open culture, from HR to finance to all the roles are open. So anyone can learn anything here, right? So you can learn, like, of course you may need to have basic, like entry level, some qualification either from sales or drafting or quantity surveying or whatever role to come into the setup. So once you come here, the first thing you should work is polish your basics, right? And get it hands-on, get it to your fingertips, right? Learn your fundamentals. We all learn from the university, right? We all learn from different schools, right? Different technical colleges, but we learn only the theory.
Yeah.
So get it correct, get its hands on, get it fundamentals, right? And here another good advantage is we don't penalize people for mistakes. Genuine mistakes we don't penalize.
Yeah.
We allow people to make mistakes, but make sure that's only one time.
Yes.
We don't allow mistakes 2 times. Right? So why we are doing mistakes for 2 times is we have not grabbed our fundamentals correct.
In the first time, yes.
Right? So we need to learn fundamentals, and here the learning we have not limit. Right? If you want to learn in your job role, there are plenty of people to help you, and there are plenty of opportunities for you to experiment, learn everything. For example, when I joined, we learn welding at university, right? So here I came to the workshop at LIL. I couldn't do a welding run, right?
Okay.
So I asked one day Janitha, can I try this? So he was telling me, yes, of course. And nobody talk about what is the cost that I am burning for the welding rods or anything. What is the time I spend? Nothing. Right? But you have to make sure you use that properly and learn. Right? If you are a draftsman, right, you can learn from doing current job. And even after the job, after doing your assigned work, there are plenty of things that you can learn. You can grow. Right? Quantity survey or any other technical person, even a salesman, right? The salesmen, there are a lot to learn in here. We never ask a question if you miss a sale, how many sales you have missed. We never ask. Right? We ask only the learnings from one mistake. Right? If you miss a sale from one reason, right, don't let that reason happen again. Maybe another reason you will miss another sale. Right? So there are many things you can learn. Right? And the organization is free for that, and we tolerate those things. Right? And not only your subject area. Right? If you are a technical person, you want to learn sales, yes, you can learn sales. If you want to learn something else, or if you are a general person, you want to learn a technical subject, yes, we have given opportunities. If you want to learn finance, yes, right? We are exposing everything. So this is a golden opportunity. So develop your learning, develop your fundamental, expand your horizon. Right? So those are the opportunities, and I think differ from other organizations here. And remember that we are demanding also very high, because we have set our level for very high bench. Right? So you can't just come and do like small things. We want big things to happen here. Right? If we want you to do big things, if you are for example, if you are a just pass out student or a project manager, come here, we won't give you a 50 million or 5 million job. We will give you a 500 million job.
Yes.
And handle it and show your capabilities. Right? So that is our way. We just want to pet you also. We never do that. Right? We are not here to pet you. Right? This is a place to learn, and we have given opportunities, make use of them. And we challenge you always. Right? If you do very good in one job, we will give you another job. Right? Don't think that's out of your scope, or that's a headache, or this guy is putting something else.
Yeah.
Right? We want to develop you fast. Right? So that's why this become differ from other places. So one thing I like on this new generation is not like those days. They are very excited to explore things. I think that is a very good culture or good thing. So when nowadays, if you ask people to climb a mountain, also there are only few guys. Right? Only if you can't find 5 people from a class who is willing to join to climb a mountain. But now I think the young generation is very energetic. Right? They want to do these things. Right? they want to explore things. That is a very good thing. So these kind of people, the Advantis Engineering is a place that they can show their capabilities. So thank you guys to listening. I hope I have not bored you. And if anything, you can come to me, discuss, or you can ask also. And what I like most is people come and challenge me, right? So that is more important because you have to do your best, and you all are the people who are doing best, not me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Kamal. Yes.